Piso denomination was first introduced in 1974, replacing the Philippine peso to note that had been in use since the early years of the Republic. The coin became part of the Flora and Fauna series, issued from 1983 to 1994, which showcased Philippine heritage through depictions of native animals and plants. 1984. The Philippines was under the rule of President Ferdinand E. Marcos, during a time of political instability and economic turmoil. The Flora and Fauna coin series was partly seen as a move to promote nationalism and cultural pride amidst this unrest. These coins became tools for cultural education, as many Filipinos began to take pride in the country's rich biodiversity. The obverse side of the 1984 Piso coin features the right-facing profile of Andres Bonifacio, the revered Filipino revolutionary leader and founder of the Katipunan movement that led the fight for independence from Spanish rule. Bonifacio is portrayed wearing a traditional camisa de chino and a red neckerchief symbolizing his grassroots leadership. Around the portrait is the inscription, Republica ng Pilipinas, Andres Bonifacio. This design honored the bravery and nationalism of Bonifacio, connecting Filipino pride to both revolutionary history and modern identity. The reverse features the Philippine eagle Pithecophagou jefferi, one of the world's largest and most powerful eagles, and an endangered species endemic to the Philippines. The eagle symbolizes strength, independence, and the rich, natural heritage of the nation. The denomination too, Piso and the year 1984 are also inscribed. The image served as an environmental reminder to protect Philippine wildlife. The Piso coin circulated widely in the mid-1980s and became familiar in daily commerce. However, due to its large size and weight, it was not as convenient as other coins. It was most commonly used in public transport fares, small purchases, and as change in marketplaces. The 19842 Piso is considered a semi-scarce collector's item, especially in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition. Coins with clear details of Bonifacio's portrait and the eagle are more valuable. The Flora and Fauna series, including the 1984 Piso symbols. This series inspired later coinage programs to include cultural and ecological elements, such as the new generation currency coin series launched by BSP in the 2010s. The Piso coin was eventually replaced in 1995 by newer designs and later demonetized in 2001 as the BSP transitioned. Before coins like the Piso were introduced, lower denominations such as Philippine Peso 1 and Philippine Peso 2 were often issued as paper money. The decision to transition the Philippine Peso 2 denomination to coin form stemmed from the longer lifespan of coins. Paper bills would wear out in a few months, while coins could circulate for decades. Thus, minting the Piso coin in 1984 was a practical economic decision. Bonifacio's appearance on the Piso coin marked a shift from traditional portrayals of elite figures to a working-class revolutionary. Unlike José Rizal, who was an intellectual and reformist, Bonifacio was a symbol of armed resistance and a man of the people. His inclusion resonated with nationalist ideals during the politically charged 1980s. The Marcos regime promoted cultural nationalism, often using heroic imagery to bolster legitimacy. Coins like the Piso became tools of state propaganda, reinforcing ideals of unity, resistance, and Filipino pride, all themes associated with Bonifacio. However, critics argued that this use of national figures and symbolism was meant to distract from widespread corruption, civil unrest, and suppression of democratic rights during martial law. The Philippine eagle, featured on the reverse, was declared the national bird in 1995, but it was already gaining national attention in the 1980s due to its endangered status. By including it on currency, the government and central bank helped raise awareness about conservation. This was one of the first times that a threatened species was featured so prominently in Philippine coinage. Coins like the Piso 1984 were minted at the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas minting facility. At the time, the country's minting technology had improved significantly, allowing for better coin detail, security, and durability. However, a number of coins had minting errors, such as off-centering or double strikes, and these varieties have become especially sought after by collectors today. 1984. The Philippines was undergoing a severe economic downturn, worsened by the debt crisis, rising inflation, and the aftermath of martial law. The government had limited resources and foreign reserves. Using coins over banknotes was seen as a way to reduce government spending on currency production. The 2-piso coin became a key denomination in local markets, particularly for jeepney fares, food items, and small retail transactions. Though the 2-piso was made of cupronickel, the metal's value occasionally spiked, leading to instances where older coins were hoarded or melted. This impacted circulation and led to the scarcity of high-quality specimens in later years. The People Power Revolution of 1986, which ended the Marcos regime, brought a renewed appreciation for national symbols. Coins from the late Marcos era, including the 1984 2-piso 1 Piso 2000 coin in detail. The early 1990s, the Philippines underwent major transformations in its financial system, particularly with the establishment of the newly independent Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas BSP in 1993. The need for a new and modern coin series was realized to replace outdated designs and to reflect national pride and monetary stability. The 1-piso coin was redesigned and issued under the BSP coin series, first released in 1995. The year 2000 issue represents one of the early runs of this new generation of coins, and it was struck in large quantities for daily use across the country. The obverse front of the 2001 piso coin features a right-facing portrait of Dr. José Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines. Rizal was a brilliant writer, reformist, and martyr who inspired the Filipino Revolution against Spanish colonization. His presence on the coin symbolizes intellectual strength, patriotism, and national identity. Reverse design, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas emblem. The reverse side features the official seal of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, established in 1993. This emblem shows stylized Philippine eagle gear wheel representing industry, chart and a sun representing economic growth and freedom. Bangko Sentral digital banking was not yet widespread, and coins were essential for small to medium daily transactions. It was one of the most commonly used coins in circulation, found in pockets and wallets of nearly every Filipino. Transition to the new generation currency and GC coin series. The BSP series coins, including the 1-piso 2000 issue, remained in circulation until they were gradually replaced by the new generation currency coin series.